Do you know there is a fundamental difference between elastic and plastic analysis? In elastic analysis, the material behaves only in elastic range. But in plastic analysis, the material is allowed to utilize its full capacity. Now, what does it mean in real life? It means that the members are allowed to yield and form plastic hinges. This allows members to redistribute force, and as a result, the capacity of a structure is increased. Plastic analysis is very common in steel structures, especially portal frames. In this video, I will talk about one example where I will solve a tripod and I will find how much load it will take using plastic analysis. This is part of my video series on IStructE certificate in structural behavior. If you missed any lecture, click on link over here to watch the series. By the way, if you're new here, I am Dr. Javed Qureshi, a senior lecturer in structural engineering and design at the University of East London. And in here we talk about civil and structural engineering.
This is the question for plastic analysis. In this question, a tripod structure is an anchor for large tensile structure. What is the maximum vertical force P which structure can withstand plastically? Note that the word is plastically. Normally we carry out elastic analysis, but in this case we have to carry out plastic analysis. That will have difference in terms of loading it can take, and you will see in a minute that what difference will it have. If each steel member has a cross section as shown, which is here, the cross section area is shown, take Fy as 500 Newton per millimeter square. There are four options to choose from. Option A is 75 kilonewton, B 205 kilonewton, and C 162 kilonewton, and D is 225 kilonewton. Which option do you think is correct? Remember that here we are asked to analyze the structure using plastic analysis. Put it down in comment below. Say that which option do you think is correct. Do calculations before having a look at the detailed calculations. So let us assess these options. Let's solve them here. Here for this question, Fy is given to us. Fy is equal to 500 Newton per millimeter square. And as you know that force is equal to area times material strength. And I can say that it is equal to A times Fy, where Fy is given to us. As there are three ropes connected with this tripod, so I will say that left one will have a force of Fl, right one will have a force of Fr, and central one will have a force of Fc. Area of each element is given. We have to find out how much force is taken by this tripod using plastic analysis. So first I will find out Fl. Fl is equal to A times Fy, and area of left is 150 millimeter square, and Fy is 500 Newton per millimeter square. Millimeter and millimeter will get cancelled, and I will have the value of force in newtons. To convert newtons into kilonewtons, I will divide it by 1000, or I will multiply it with 10 raised minus 3. We are converting here from smaller unit to large unit, so that's why we need to divide. If we were converting from large to small, then we will multiply. From here, it will give me 75 kilonewton. And then I will work out FR in the same way. FR using the same formula AFY. A for right is 100, so 100 times 500 and times 10 raised minus 3 to convert it into kilonewtons. I will get 50 kilonewton, and then I will work out FC. FC will be equal to 150 times 500. It is same as FL, and I have to times it by 10 raised minus 3 as well, and this will give me 75 kilonewton. Now we have force in each leg of this tripod. So the left one has 75, the right one has 50 kilonewton, and the central one has 75 kilonewton. Now, if I had to analyze this structure using elastic analysis, then I will sum up vertical component of left and right column. But here we are not required to find out elastic force. We need to find out force taken by this tripod plastically. Now, what is plastic and what is elastic? If I draw the stress-strain curve, this is stress, this is strain. For ordinary steel, this is how it will work. This is Fy, and the slope of this line is your elastic modulus, and the member remains elastic up to yield point, and this point at the top is Fu, which is ultimate stress. What happens that if you apply, imagine if you have a ruler and if you're holding it between two fingers, and if you're applying loading in the middle, that represents a beam, and that deflects like this. But as soon as, if it is a steel ruler, as soon as you remove the force, it returns to its original position. So when a material returns to its original position, we call it as elastic. So elastic is a situation which is below Fy. So this is our elastic range. Here, whatever load you apply to a structure, it will take the load and it will not fail, in simple words. So if you want to apply a load equal to adult African elephant, which is about 3.5 tons, still this 30 centimeter ruler will take this load. The reason is that because the analysis is elastic, it's not going to fail, it will remain elastic. On the other hand, in plastic analysis, we consider that the load goes beyond Fy and then again reaches Fu. So anything beyond Fy, now see that the load deflection curve or stress strain curve, it is turning nonlinear. So I can say that elastic analysis, in elastic, member returns to its original position, member or element, member returns to its original position. And in plastic, and plus here, there's no permanent deformation in elastic. No permanent deformation. In plastic analysis, on the other hand, there will be permanent deformation. So we will consider the strength of materials in plastic analysis, and if member reaches yield, it means it has failed. Reaches yield, it has failed. And here the assumption is that the stress strain curve is bilinear. So it reaches yield and it goes straight. Then after that, this is stress and this is strain. Stress can be denoted by F or sigma, it's one and the same thing. And here, after this point, the failure happens. So using the same logic here, if I bring you back here, see that when we apply loading at this position, when we apply load over here, then what happens that FR is 50 kilonewton, FL is 75 kilonewton, and the middle member is 75 kilonewton. So when we apply loading, the first member to fail is this one, first to fail. When this member fails, then to maintain equilibrium, now this member suddenly has to take loading from left and loading from right, so it will be failing as well. So now it's taking 50 plus 50, which is 100, and that's not the capacity of this member. So for plastic analysis, we will consider that the right one is failing at 50. Then left member has to fail at 50 as well, because when this material fails to maintain equilibrium, which is still in its limit, but now the load taken by this force P is double, because previously it was taking 50 from right side and 75 from left side. Now when you remove 50, so at least the member on left should carry E50, but now it's taking the double load. So as a result, this will fail as well. But the failure load that we will consider over here, so failure first is on right. Here we will consider failure load as 50 kilonewton as well. So for equilibrium, we will say that FL and FR should be equal. And so these are the steps. The data is given to us. And for equilibrium of joint, we say there are horizontal forces in these members and there are vertical forces. The vertical is the vertical component of left and right, and these two forces are equal. And then we work out capacity, but the right member will govern because it's got smallest area. That will be the critical member. And for equilibrium, the right member yields first. 50 is less than 75. So we will say that FL is equal to FR, and right member has yielded. Left member is 50 kilonewton as well. Now it's not 75 kilonewton anymore. So from horizontal equilibrium, it is still within capacity. And the central member at full plastic capacity will be 75. Then we will work out its components, and simply we will write those components here. So if I say plastic capacity, then plastic capacity will be equal to FL should be equal to FR, and FL is equal to 75 kilonewton and FR is equal to 50 kilonewton. But this 50 kilonewton will control. When this will control, then P, it means that both forces, they will be equal to, these both will be equal to 50 kilonewton, and FR will control. So then I will say that P is equal to 2 times FR into cos of 30 degrees plus FC. Cos of 30 means that the adjacent, this angle is with vertical, and cos theta is equal to adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So adjacent is this vertical component of the member, and hypotenuse is FL or FR. So using the same logic, we have used vertical component of inclined forces. So now 2 times 50 times, the key thing is that FR 50 kilonewton will control. So FL will not be 75, it will be 50 times 0.866 plus FC is 75. So this will give me 161.6 kilonewton, or I would say that P is equal to 162 kilonewton. So this 162 kilonewton is our final answer, and this is due to plastic analysis. Again, returning back here, then maximum load, as I mentioned earlier, that 2 times 50 into cos theta plus 75 kilonewton, and from here we get 161.6 or 162 kilonewton. The key thing is that these two forces, these two elements, the forces in these two inclined elements will be same. So the element with smaller area will control. The key insight here is that in plastic analysis, we allow weaker members to yield fully while stronger members continue to carry load. So here, this member, right member, is allowed to fail. Now, this maximizes the total capacity of the structure. The right member is 100 meters square, is a critical member here. So this is how we solve it. If you solve it plastically, if you solve it elastically, then you will add up forces from here. And this is one of the most common mistake that a lot of my students they've made. I posted this question on LinkedIn and YouTube. They added up all these forces and they assume that this is elastic. And if you assume it to be elastic, then if you add up everything, your answer P will be equal to 182 kilonewton, which is fine, but it is for elastic analysis. When you sum up all the forces, the vertical components. But if you are looking for plastic, that's what in this question is required, then you get 162 kilonewton. This is our plastic analysis. So the correct answer is 162 kilonewton. Let me go back to the options. 75 is incorrect, and 205 is incorrect. 182 is even not an option over here, the elastic one. And option D, 225, is incorrect as well. The correct option is option C, which is 162 kilonewton. Thanks for watching this lecture today. If you have missed any of the lectures in this series, IStructE Structural Behavior, click on this link or scan this barcode to watch other lectures. Now I have over 50 lectures in this series, so feel free to watch it. And if you wanted to download the lecture slides, click on this link or scan this barcode. I will see you in my next lecture.